Hello and welcome to the next episode of Build the Millennium Falcon. I don't know how many times I have said that, but I won't be able to say that for much longer, which is quite sad because we are near the end of this series. Issue 95 we're covering today. That means there's only 5 more issues after this, which is nuts, really. Absolutely nuts. I can't believe that these 2 years have flown, basically, haven't they? It's been fantastic. And the model is nearly finished. My model is not as finished as some of yours might be, though, because I haven't yet put the top to the bottom, as you know, and I won't be doing it this video as well. I'm still working on some interior stuff, which you will see at a later date. And until that is all done, I'm not going to seal up the Falcon because obviously that will just hinder me more. So for those of you wanting to see me put the side frames on and the top to the bottom, that is not going to be this video. But there is still plenty more to do as we look at what comes in issue 94 and in issue 95. Okay, so issue 94 consists of these pieces here. As you can see, we get the last 3 side frames. I believe they're to be the last 3 anyway. Here, which we'll be looking at a little later. And also we get the second of the cockpits, not the cockpits, sorry, the airlocks. This one goes on the other side. I think this piece comes off, yes. 2 pieces again, not entirely sure why that is, but there'll be a reason for it. And also we get a sprue full of add-ons. And if you don't like any of my add-on videos, you're not going to like this one, because add-ons... We get so many add-ons in issue 95, it is untrue. Actually, we get some more side frames there, so they weren't the last 3 at all. Oh no, this isn't actually a side frame. This is the foot of landing gear, part of the landing gear anyway. We do get more landing gear somewhere. I did see it while I was in the bag, yes. So that is a piece of landing gear. These are pieces of landing gear. These might be pieces of landing gear as well. So they're not all add-ons, but the vast majority of this video and of the pieces in these 2 issues are add-ons. So if you don't like add-on videos, stop watching now because I am going to go over them in detail. If you do, stick with me and we'll put all these add-ons onto the parts. But before I do that, I do want to show you another third-party piece that I have been working on since the last video. So I'm going to go and show you that now. Okay, so the third-party piece that I'm talking about is this piece here, which is kind of an outer grille space to fill kind of the white gap that we get if we just leave this as is. When the light's on, it's fine because you've got this shining through it, but when it's off, it's just plain white, which I didn't like. So this part will go on there like that, adding a bit more kind of character to the grille when the lights are off, when the engine is off. Now this was made for me from Gibbage on Shapeways. He used my measurements, which I put up a couple of videos ago, and actually my measurements are wrong. And I've actually tried to re-measure it so that he can make more accurate ones. And I can't seem to quite to get it. I think it is millimeters off. For some reason, I can't seem to get it exact all the way through. So it is wrong in terms of size, because you can see it kind of is too long than the piece that we actually got. I actually recommended that if he got hold of this piece, he'd be able to do a far more accurate job than I could. But he did make it for me, and actually it turned out to be really, really damn cool. Because not only is it flexible, which is fantastic, it does. It's only like 1 millimeter thick, and it does fill in the gap as well. So you can just slot it into that groove at the bottom of the Falcon really easily. And also, because it is slightly off, as you can see here, you get this really cool effect with the lines of the engine. They're not uniform. It really adds again to the character of the Falcon for me anyway. I know a lot of you out there would want that uniformity, which you wouldn't get with this piece, but I actually love it. And actually, if I move it, you can kind of see the lines shuffle a little bit there, which makes me think that if in any way we could get like a rotation one of these and just have it go like that, it would look really, really cool for the engines. Anyway, I am waffling. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach some glue to the back of it. I have had to get a new glue because that last one was destroyed, I'm afraid. So I am just going to glue the center line like this, and I'm going to very slowly kind of put it around the center line that we get here. Oh, the glue isn't really wanting to stick, so I might have to leave the gluing. Yeah, that is not wanting to stick. That's a shame. I was looking forward to having it just come as one piece. What I'm going to have to do then is cut it to size and then slot it into the back of the Falcon. And when I've done that, I'll show you what it looks like. And here we have the physical grille all installed. I am sorry for the graininess of the image. I just wanted to get it as dark as possible so that you'll be able to see the light when it's all lit up. But here is the grille without the light on. And I hope you agree that it is so much better. I really didn't like just the plain white. I know it was accurate to the model, the original miniature, but I really didn't like it. I thought it looked cheap, and having just a physical grille that you can get your fingers in between is much better for me. I much prefer it. And if I just turn the light on now, you can really see the kind of texture and the inaccurate lines that I was talking about. So the lines on the white bit are there, and obviously the grille is slightly off. This line is centre in between these two physical grille parts here, and along with the kind of darker patches of light, it really does add another element to this engine, like it isn't working properly. And also it looks like that there are lots of inner workings going into the engine as well. I really like that effect. It happened by accident because my measurements weren't correct, but I really love how that came out. So I'm very happy with this engine light. That is all I'm going to be doing to it. I think it's fine now, and it fits nice and snug into the kind of groove that we already have provided. Obviously when the Falcon's in properly, it'll look more like that, and you won't get that gap there. But I haven't yet put the side panels on, as you know. And speaking of side panels, let's have a little look at those now. Okay, for the side panels, we'll be using these add-ons here, and also these two add-ons which were left over last time. So I'm going to start with these, which very simply attach, here's a close-up of the piece. Very simply just attach onto this part here, 2 holes, 2 pegs as always. Nice click when that part is in. Let's get the other one, which is here. Just go to the other side. 2 holes, 2 pegs. Hard to see. That one didn't click. Ah, yes it did. And that is what that piece looks like. And this actually is the side panel that sits in between the 2 mandibles. So you get, you get a mandible there and a mandible there, and the camera's okay, for those of you who are wondering. That is that side panel all done. Just left are these 2 ones, which, like I say, are just these parts here. So the first part we're going to use is this part here. No, it's not. It's this part here. And this part gets attached onto this piece of side paneling here. Just plug, get it straight and pop it in just like that. There we go. And the next piece is this teeny tiny part here, which goes into the center of these 4 holes, just like that. Oh, I've already dropped this on the floor twice already. I'm just gonna have to use hands, I think. Yeah, okay. Don't disappear on me again, tiny part. Okay. Goes in there like that. Be careful of that one because it's circular, it rolls away from you. So keep an eye on that piece. And the next piece is the kind of Stargatey circular pit, which you can see here. There are 3 plugs in the back, which match up with these 3 holes. And you just pop them in there like that. Just got to push down because it is a curved part, so it is a little more difficult to get to stick. In fact, there's going to be a bit wobbly till the glue sets. So make sure you push it down and then leave that to dry. Otherwise it pops out. Case in point. Again, with these pieces, what you can do is glue the back, because you can see there, and in fact I am going to do that. Rather than add loads of glue to the parts that can be seen, just a few dollops of glue in there should set it. And I am just pushing down. I haven't just gone silent. I am pushing down to make sure that that part is in place. And there we go. Far more secure. And that is that Stargatey circle part all installed. And the next piece is another tiny piece. It's this piece here. And I believe, let me just check the instructions. Yes. Does it go on there? It goes on there. So, just goes in. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. There we go, sorry about that. I just had to put it on off camera because I didn't want any more pieces to drop on the floor. But that is that side frame part all done for now. Looking very, very nice. I do like this kind of wheel. That is my favourite part. Makes it stand out to the rest of them. So moving on to the add-ons that go with this plate part here. We start with this piece here, which is stuck to my fingers. Yeah. And there are 3 holes here, these 2 little ones and this big one, and that corresponds to the holes on the add-on. So just line them up and push them in like that. Not really wanting to stick today, these pieces. But when you get them in the right position, if you hold them down, they will be secure. There we go there. This piece was actually bent out of shape slightly, as you can see. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, there we go. So you can see that this arm is slightly bent off a little bit, but it doesn't bother me. It is secure. And that is that piece all installed. And the next piece is this piece here, which like its predecessor attaches that way, I think. No, it doesn't. I lied. It actually attaches this way, so there's 2 plugs in the back, match up with the 2 holes. In it goes like that, and actually it does need to be a little bit raised. The ports are designed, or the pegs are designed, I should say, so that you do get it a little bit raised there. Sorry about the focus. And that is that side piece all done. So when it's all installed, it will look something along the lines of that, which is very, very nice indeed. And you are left with some parts still attached to the sprue, like this V-shaped piece here and this rectangle. Let's get the focus. And this kind of box thing here. So keep these safe because we'll look at those a little bit later. So moving on now to the cockpits, let's do a little comparison between the two. Obviously you can see that I've started to weather up the first one that we got. So I did that while I was painting the rest of the video. But this first one you'll notice has a flap at the bottom, whereas this second one does not. Hold on, let's get the way around. There we go. The reason for that is because this is going to go on the side with the ramp, and that flap is designed to hide the ramp when it's all installed, and this one doesn't need to do that because there is no ramp attached to this piece. So let's look at these one at a time, starting with the first one. And for that you need to get Sprue Issue 94. It is important that you get the sprue number correct because there are slight differences between the two. It may not seem like it, but there is. See if you can spot the difference and comment before I tell you the difference at the end of this video. Or later on in the video, I should say. Okay, so let's look at the first part, which is this piece here. And this very nicely fits into these 3 holes here. It's got 3 pegs there, there and there. And it just pushes in like that. You got to line them up correctly. There we go. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay, that is the first part all installed. And the next part is this part, which is just the mirror opposite of the part that we just put on. So again, 3 holes, 3 pegs, line them up, plug them in. The line them up part is the hardest part. No, there we go. And after those 2 parts are done, you get something that looks like that. Or it will exactly look like that because it's the same kit. Okay, so the next piece is this piece here, which just attaches onto this here with these 2 holes. Push it in place like that. And the fourth piece again is mirror opposite. Just attach it on there like that. And it kind of like forms a doorway, I think, to the airlock. So I think that these would be kind of the mechanisms that push the airlock open. That's in my mind anyway. Well, let me know what you think. I'm just waffling. Talking nonsense, really. Okay, so the next thing you do is you get the outer circle here. And let's see. You can see that there's a little kind of groove there, and a groove there, and one there as well. They match that groove there, and that groove there. So you will line them up like that and attach it. But I just need to get my glue to secure it in place. So glue on there, glue on there, some glue on there, and actually you can do quite a bit of glue splattering. You can cover it as much as you like in glue because it's not going to be seen, because when you put it on, it will clip on like that. And there we have the almost completed I keep saying cockpit airlock. I'm still not entirely sure why this outer circle came separately. I guess they couldn't mold on this side and mold on this with the same machine. Maybe, I don't know, but it is a little extra for us to do, and it is looking very nice indeed. Okay, so the next parts are these 4 pieces here, and I am going to completely wimp out and not do these on camera because they are tiny, and not only are they tiny, they are really, really thin, and the pegs are really, really tiny. So I'm not going to do this on camera. I'm just going to go away and put these in, but they attach to the 2 holes there, so one will go in there, one will go in there, and one there, and one there. I'll show you what it's all like when I've done it. And here are the pieces all attached, and I really like this attention to detail. These kind of parts here really kind of make it look like it's a one complete piece, like the side of the Falcon is holding on to the cockpit. Oh, airlock! It's an airlock Falcon, for goodness sake. Yeah, so that is one of the airlocks all done. All that's left to do is do exactly the same on this one. So I'm just going to speed up the video and do it now. The airlock all done, and I'm just going to reveal now the extra part on this sprue is this piece here. So I'm just going to cut this out, and I'm going to put some glue on to the part it connects to, which is just here like that. I know that there is lots of glue spillage there, but I have to really, because it is super teeny tiny, and just put the peg in there like that. And there we go, you can see it fits nicely. There's this sticky outy part which goes around that square part there. There we go. So yeah, just that little add-on part, not entirely sure why. I guess someone on the original model just added that part to the this side airlock, and that is why we're putting it on today. So that is that airlock done, and do a little comparison. They are similar. Obviously this one's a bit more weathered, and weathering is the only thing now that I'm going to do to these parts, plus these 2 parts here. So I'm just going to go ahead and start now, get my very black thinner and go in and attack. I might need some more black paint actually. Let me just go get some more black paint. Here we go. I found the black paint. It went walkies. So yes, let's open this up again and start putting some of the white black wash on. There we go. That's the colour I want. Yeah. I mean, you've seen me do this last video, so actually, do you know what? I'm going to speed it up. And here are all the side panels all weathered up, ready to be attached to the Falcon. I will be doing that soon, I promise. There's just a little bit more that I want to get doing in this part of the Falcon. And when that is done, I'll be attaching it. So no worries there. I'm actually quite tired. I did find that weathering quite tiring. Not entirely sure why. So I'm going to go take a nap, and I'll be back next week for some special video about this piece here. Okay, so I'll see you next week, and I'll see you in 2 weeks time for the regular issues where we'll be looking at, I'm sure, more add-ons, more pipeworks, probably the vents. Actually, the vents come next week for this part here, so we'll be looking at these 6 holes and finding out what goes on them, plus all these other little diddy holes for all the add-ons. So if you don't like add-on videos, I'm sorry about this video, and I'm sorry for the videos to come. It is all add-ons from here. I better go order that black spray paint, actually, if the vents are coming in. Gotta get on it. Right, I will go and do that, and I will leave you to it. So until next time then, take care. Bye-bye.